Let's do it.
What's up, everyone? This is the Nerd Informer, and today we're going to be talking about Bigfoot and our take on it and what other people's takes are on it on the internet. This is Tyler.
And Ian,
Yeah, so just going over from last week, the crazy stories that you will read about Bigfoot and what Taylor was saying, how people said that he was well, not he, but people found like people's like clothes folded, like limbs ripped off. I've never even heard of that story, and I don't think I could find that story, so I'd have to get in touch with him to see what he says on that. But
well, there's a story of it's like a 21-year-old college kid who went biking, and I forget where it was exactly, but he was out in the woods, and he went biking and he disappeared. And obviously, his dad was freaked out, so he went out and looked for him, couldn't find him. They did like a massive search, they never found him. So after like a month, his dad just sold everything and just started like going everywhere and hunting
just
everywhere,
looking for him.
just looking for him. And a few months later, they found the remains of him, some of his remains, and it was in a spot that they've already checked, so they know that they already checked it. So
Yeah,
they found part of the remains, and then they found his shoes were in like a black bag or something,
yeah,
and his clothes were folded up
that's
and
fucking weird.
like placed on a rock, which is weird because there's been a bunch of other Bigfoot stories that people say that the any victims or whatever they found like clothes folded up and put on like a rock.
So he's more human-like.
Well, they kind of go. There's a story of cannibals that live in certain areas, and like I guess Kentucky and some of the other backwoods places,
Yeah,
and a lot of people think that it's those people. You know what I mean? And they just kind of blame Bigfoot.
it's
So
kind of like oh, just I know what you're saying. Just people that live off the wilderness.
yeah. So who really knows? But yeah, this kid was they found, and they searched the area multiple times when they found his remains finally. And somebody found his remains, just they stumbled upon him. They weren't even searching for him anymore.
Makes
So
you
that was
think.
a pretty crazy story.
Makes you think on if it's just crazy people or is it someone that's surviving, as in Bigfoot.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
right.
A
But
lot of
there's
people, a lot of people are saying he's part human hybrid.
yeah.
So did we come first or did he come first?
Well,
You know what I mean?
there's people that think he's an alien and that he can open time like portals and stuff and just go between time. That's why a lot of people came up with that because a lot of the footprints they find are
Yeah.
just like a single footprint or like 3 or 4 footprints. You know what I mean? Like where's the rest of them? You know what I mean? You track back and you can't see any footprints this way. You can't see any footprints that
Just
way.
just vanishes.
They just kind of vanish. And there's a bunch of stories like on in the creek beds and stuff like that where you find like perfect footprints,
Yeah.
but there's only like 1 or 2, and it would be like he just disappeared.
I
You know
wonder
what I
if
mean?
it's like that or if someone's setting someone up and only putting two.
Well, I mean, if you look at it from the skeptic point of view, that would be the way to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, look, here's my Bigfoot cast. They make a cast, but Bigfoot has different names all over the world. So there's so many sightings and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think it kind of started in Canada, and there they call it a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
We have them in Florida called a skunk ape.
Oh
There's
yeah, that's
a
right. Yep.
Yeah, in Arkansas they have the Fouke monster. Um, in Missouri they have a Honey Island swamp monster. Like there's just all kinds of different names for them, but
Is
they're all basically Bigfoot, basically.
have you ever heard of Mothman?
Yes,
Is that kind of the same thing?
I don't know very much about the Mothman. I
But
know
there's
a
a lot of
lot.
sightings of that one.
Yeah, I don't think he's not like a Bigfoot. I think he's
More of like a moth face or
yeah,
something.
something like that.
That'd be fucked up.
But where I grew up in Arkansas, the Fouke monster was big. Like we would always hear. I grew up real close to that, and
To the woods and shit where there's always stories.
yeah, there's always stories of the Fouke monster. Like when we grew up and we talked, everybody was talking about it in school and stuff.
No
They would always
shit.
talk about the Fouke monster. Yeah,
Damn. And how is it pronounced?
Fouke.
Falk? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in Fouke, Arkansas, which is real
Dude,
close to where I
I
grew up.
never heard of that, but It's pretty fucking crazy. Like by us and like where I grew up in near Chicago, there was never really any talks of any Bigfoot. It was only stuff that you just see on YouTube. And so
Nobody wants to go to Chicago, bro.
especially Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another story saying that the government secretly removed burnt Sasquatches from Mount St. Helens in 1980.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, it says following the disaster, a few witnesses reported seeing federal helicopters carrying off charred remains of several Sasquatches from the area prior to the eruption. So Mount St. Helens has already had a hot spot for ape men sightings, they call it, and since the 1920s. That's crazy that story would carry that far from 1920 all the way up to 1980s.
The earliest story I found was in 1830.
Jesus, man.
And then you don't hear much about it until, the early 1900s.
Yeah.
But the earliest one I found was in 1930. It was in Wyandotte. I don't know what the hell that is.
I've never heard of it.
Somewhere in Wisconsin, I think. Somewhere in that area. But yeah, it was
Wyandotte. I know a lot of places in Wisconsin.
And there was in Fresno, California, there were some sightings in the like 1890s, 1900s, right around there.
Imagine coming across, and still today, there's so many documentaries and new documentaries coming out with people searching for them. Yeah. The one that was a little far-fetched that I read was the guy that killed Hitler and found Bigfoot.
Yes.
No way.
And he put a picture. That's the one that put a picture of the close up of the face, right? Was it that guy?
This is a different guy, I think. Because this one is like recent. Not the Hitler, but I read that story. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no pictures, there's nothing. And then there's this new guy that's all over social media on that he killed Bigfoot. But
you showed me the picture, but that's the only thing I saw about
horrible makeup. You know what I mean?
Horrible. Oh, it was horrible.
It's like if you got like a Chewbacca off of wish.com.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. I'm like, there's no way that's perfect. Or even Bigfoot. I'm like,
I do all my best shopping on Wish. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I got a couple things, but not gonna lie, I'll never do it again.
They take 9 weeks to get here, and it's completely not what you ordered.
They have these knockoff. It's like 9 or 10 weeks. You're right.
It took forever. I ordered something. It took forever.
Got these knockoff AirPods, an instant headache once you put them on. You're like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And like, you get migraines from it. I'm like, there's something wrong with those AirPods because they're like, I don't know. It's like Air Mods or something. And they're
from China. It's part of mind control. You use them.
Oh yeah, dude. I felt weird putting them, like just taking them off. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I have an instant migraine. I don't know if it's like a pressure thing, but
yeah, they're like pressure points in your ear. Yeah.
Something, man. It's like, yeah, never again after that.
What do you want for $4.95, bro?
Hey, I know, right? I don't even think it was $4.95.
It was $5 for $3.
The technology for $2. I'm gonna say that's you get free cancer out of it.
Did you hear anything out of them?
No. Oh no, they did work. They did.
Did they really?
Yeah, they worked. And I just never again on that.
That's hilarious.
But I'm reading some more on the Sasquatch.
The problem with the Sasquatch is that all the pictures it's like aliens. All the pictures are always blurry. Always. They're all from 800 miles away. That's what makes it. It's not hard for me to believe that there might be something out there that we don't know. We discover new species every day. You know what I mean? So it's not difficult for me to believe that there's something out there.
I completely agree with that one.
But something of that size, I mean, we're talking anywhere from 8 to 12 feet.
Yeah.
Hundreds of pounds.
But is this why they made like Yellowstone Park? It's for animals, and you can't really go all the way out there.
Maybe
are they there? Huh? That's what I'm thinking.
You think they're roped? You think they're roped off in like a 2-mile radius? And
just saying.
No one's allowed to go there.
Yep. Maybe they're a lot smarter than we think.
Well, if you think about it, they would have to be, right? Like you've never found a body of one. You know what I mean? And that can be due to, I guess, animals, scavengers coming along and But you think something that big would have big bones? You know what I mean? Like you find bones
like
or
a
something.
giant. Like, is that like a
Yeah,
giant human with a misformed skull? Like, you
right,
think you would find something of evidence like that? I mean,
right.
really, what you could do is just have fun on fucking Google Earth all day in the
But you,
national parks.
right.
Here
So
he is,
you
motherfucker. I found you.
is that a black dot?
We
Oh, it's a Sasquatch.
I zoom in all the way and it's actually the picture that the guy took. It's his
Yes,
exact face. It's no fucking way.
there was a guy that was a treasure hunter,
Yeah.
and I was listening to this guy last night on a podcast. Actually, he was a treasure hunter by trade. Found a bunch of big treasures or whatever, like a pretty prominent guy in the
Yeah.
treasure hunting industry, and he lost like a big deal, a bunch of treasure. He found it. Something happened. I don't know. He ended up losing like 750 grand over the whole deal. So he was like, I'm kind of done. I'm going to go hunt Bigfoot.
Like, he lost cash wise or
Yeah,
treasure?
cash wise, like
Oh,
his money that he put into the expedition.
oh, okay.
So they found a bunch of stuff, but for different legal reasons, and basically he was working for someone that kind of took over. I don't know the whole story. Kind of sidetracked.
Yeah.
So he was trying to get onto a ranch, and I think it was out in Utah. And the family that owned the ranch wouldn't let anybody on the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have anything on the ranch. They didn't do anything on the ranch. They just owned the ranch, and they knew that there were Bigfoot on the ranch, and they didn't want anybody going in there because it was dangerous.
Yeah.
So he somehow talked to the family, one of the sons, and got authorization to go in and do like a Bigfoot hunt or whatever.
No shit.
And supposedly they found they went in with a bunch of specialized cameras and all that stuff. And one of the cameras pictures that they found was actually almost a decent picture, but it was so far away, like it was.
You can't really. You can make out a silhouette. But
It basically was a silhouette, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was big. It was really big, and it was clearly moving. And you could blow.
Is this the video? Is it a video or a picture?
This just I haven't seen the video of it. I don't know. Well, it's a picture.
Okay.
But you could see that it is, like it's something that's not natural. It's supposed to be there. And so, and that was obviously the only footage that they had.
Yeah.
But the pictures and stuff supposedly were like really good and
like authentic.
And pretty authentic, yeah. And then they kind of measured out where he might, because they were a ways away. So they measured out where he might be, and then people went there and stood on, and they looked like ants, from there. So whatever it was a big,
it was massive.
It was big, yeah, by 10, 12 feet probably. And they said that you could make out like the tone of its body, and clearly it was an upright, hairy animal.
Yeah.
Whether it was a bear or something, I don't know.
Didn't probably have too much features. I mean, I guess it had features of a bear being like black or dark brown, but
right.
Other than that, I mean, if you're standing 12 feet tall, 10 feet tall.
I mean, the only real evidence people have anymore is like the behavior. They're big on knocks. They'll hit like trees like 3 times and they'll howl, and they'll make like, I don't know if you've seen any of the documentaries where they make like TP type structures out of old dead trees and stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them are really big. They're like, 15, 20 foot logs that probably weigh hundreds of pounds.
Oh yeah.
So they're probably pretty strong. Whatever it is.
Superhuman strength.
Yeah. So
that's what it would be compared to us.
But it's crazy, man. My thing is kind of like the alien thing. You have so many stories, even if a couple of them are true. You know what I mean? That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure a lot of them are,
debunked or
they're bears or whatever, you know what I mean? But you have a lot of people that swear they see them, and I don't know, are all those people crazy? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I can't stop yawning today. Jesus. It's always when I got on a podcast. The only thing is that I've seen so many videos that look very authentic, you could say. I'm not fucked with.
Yeah.
That like someone walking into the woods, and it's like, but it's like at the same time, it's like, can someone do that and just dress up, or can someone?
Oh yeah.
And if you get that close, I'm like, I'm surprised there's not someone that's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go up to it. If it fucking kills me, it kills me. You know what I mean? Or bring a tranquilizer or something. I mean, I don't think a taser is gonna just bring that fucker down.
Right.
If they tried taking it down.
Imagine trying to tase it and it just looks at you like you're retarded. And
Yep. It'll just turn into beef jerky at that
you
point.
know, it's funny. You hear all these people that go on these like the BFRO, it's some big Bigfoot group that goes around the country and hunts for Bigfoot. And I think they're based out of Kentucky. And they do all these calls and stuff. The Bigfoot calls
Like the howls and shit.
Yeah, the howls and stuff. So imagine you're in the woods, right? You're by yourself and you're howling, and there's a Bigfoot around, and you do the howl, but it's like a mating call, right? So it's not even,
is coming to fuck you,
right? So a giant Bigfoot comes out of the woods. Like, is that what you want in your life? Is that what you want to be when Jesus comes back? Because I don't think that's where you want to be. A giant, horny Bigfoot coming at you.
And you never see them in pairs ever. You know what I mean? It's always singled out. I've never seen where there'd be like more than
if you would think it, they would probably have to be, and they have to be pretty smart. Mm-hmm. So they would have to be pretty, solid, solitude animals, because nobody, you don't see groups of them. Ever. They do talk about and children, Bigfoot basically, but like little furry animals running around the woods. But they also talk about that with certain alien sightings. Yeah. They talk about miniature, 2-3 foot aliens that are full of hair walking through the woods and coming out of crafts and all kinds of stuff. So it's weird how they have the comparison with aliens. I don't know if that's just a conspiracy thing, like they just kind of link them all together and see what sticks.
Yeah.
Or if if there is something to it, or are they paranormal?
Yeah, definitely go both ways on that one. I mean, both sides could make sense in certain points. But, dude, imagine seeing a Sasquatch, dude. I'd love to see one.
I'd go barefoot.
And then you know what would happen? My camera would malfunction and I'd be really far away. I get a picture and it's like almost a half a mile away. I'm like, I swear to God, that was it.
He was looking right at me.
I look like the crazy one.
Right.
But I also read that Sasquatches or Bigfoot, they sodomize domestic cows, kind of like how the aliens like in Skinwalker Ranch. You know what I mean? It says what it says right here.
I want a picture of that.
They do that and then they eat them and they literally like pick them clean. But that's like the same exact thing like you would hear from an alien story.
So you think Ranch. You think they bang them first and then eat them? Is that what
they got to, bro? They got to.
Okay, so you're a farmer, right? All right, picture it. You're a farmer. Middle of the night, you hear something going on out in your field. You grab your light, your gun, you go out there, and there's your cow getting banged by Bigfoot in the middle of a field.
That's what it says.
What do? Do you take pictures of it? Do you shoot it?
You keep watching.
Oh my God.
Says they would do that and then they would devour the cows. So why?
Oh my God.
Why would they do that after?
Like, at least they're doing it while they're alive.
There's so many different, and it says
that would be hilarious.
Another story that I'm reading right now says Sasquatch appears in the Bible.
That whole scenario of them just banging a cow when you walk outside.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It says a few farmers have claimed that it's a male Bigfoot. And none of them thought to grab a gun.
Right. Well, you don't want to interrupt that. You might as well let him finish. He's already there.
and it says that Sasquatch appears in the Bible as well. A few modern creationists have argued that the giants briefly mentioned in the book of Genesis were actually early big feet. They call them to the Bigfoot. It's kind of weird.
There's a lot of marijuana farmers are now kind of getting on the Bigfoot bandwagon.
Weed farmers?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And there's actually a documentary on Hulu called Sasquatch, and it's about like marijuana farmers and stuff.
No shit.
claiming to see Bigfoot and being harassed by Bigfoot and having rocks thrown at them. You hear a lot of that, like people fishing by rivers and like a big rock comes rolling down a hill, or
Not
they
just some
launch.
little rock. It's probably like a fucking boulder.
Yeah. It's the 200-pound boulder coming at your head.
Dude.
But you'd think they'd kill more people, though. You know what I mean?
And that, or at least get more sightings.
Or, well, you think about it, like all these people, take Alaska, for example, all those people that disappear every day in Alaska, who knows? You know what I mean? Like maybe they are getting taken by Bigfoots and eaten.
And it says, we were just talking about it. It says, Sasquatch bury their dead. So no wonder why we're not finding any bones.
That would be interesting.
It says one of the most jarring questions of, I don't even know how to pronounce the words. It says, if Sasquatches are real, why don't we ever find their bodies? Many believers argue that, not unlike modern elephants, the elusive apes actually bury their dead for a lengthy list of perpetrated sightings of Bigfoot burials in progress. No shit.
So they got video, or they got sightings of Bigfoot burying the other Bigfoot.
I don't believe that one bit.
do they all stand around and
that
pray?
And why don't we just go dig up what you just saw? You know
Right.
I mean?
If you know where it's at, go dig it up.
Not telling you. It's one of those. No, I don't believe that one bit. I mean, I could see why we can't find anything, but if you've seen it, there's no way.
Well, they have the group, the BFRO. They go around everywhere, and I think they're hunting for Bigfoot. Like I think they're trying to kill one. Like that's their goal.
No wonder same thing with about aliens. What are we gonna do when we first see one? They're just gonna straight up murder them. You know what I mean?
We've been looking for you for 200 years. Put around right in their head.
It's instant killing.
This is why no one wants to visit us, because we're assholes.
Yep. And exactly what it is.
I mean, that would be funny. Look, Bigfoot right in the head.
Yep. Took him down. That's a trophy.
How do you mount a Bigfoot in your house?
You'd have to mount him standing like this or something, just like coming right at you,
like one of the big bear statues.
Yes, exactly.
I guess that would make sense.
I'm thinking, but man,
now I want a Bigfoot statue. That's why we can't talk about this stuff. I end up with all kinds of shit.
They're the most fucked up stories. I mean, someone has to make them up. That's fucking crazy, or went crazy from seeing it. Another one is the government captured a Sasquatch in 1999. No one ever heard about that one.
What they do with it?
It says in 1999, a number of simultaneous fires ravaged Battle Mountain in Nevada. An injured Bigfoot was supposedly spotted in the carnage before being whisked away, by government officials for treatment. A brief summary of the alleged event is available at the Sierra Tahoe Bigfoot research blog. What?
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure the government wouldn't want to hunt that one. They would, you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess to study it, but I don't know what you're going to learn from it.
To this day, it's still getting poked and prodded.
Yeah.
Yep. I can see it.
Oh my God. There's so much. I mean, the stories are insane.
Dude, I cannot stop yawning today. There's
universities that actually put up grants for people to
do these
Bigfoot.
To
do the hunts and
programs.
The hunt and search for them and stuff like that.
See, I would like to do something like that with aliens.
There's a $7,000 fund of the University of New Mexico at Gallup. They held a 2-day Bigfoot conference and a hunt for $7,000.
I mean,
funds.
At that point, you just think that you see someone with a helicopter and AR-15, how they hunt pigs. Go down and just mow them down. But no, that's not happening.
Right.
There's also this guy on the news. He has a book called Bigfoot. It's complicated. I mean, it's probably a pointless book, probably a good read. Because nothing can be proven. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the problem, right? So there's a paper called the Kiter It's a research paper,
Yeah.
and then supposedly I don't know if it's peer reviewed or what, but it's a several page document, and it's about how they did this giant study and they found basically proof DNA wise of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The problem is, and I'm half a retard, so I even understand what the problem is with this, is that if you read to the papers, and I read through some of it, and they break it down very thoroughly. Like, I mean, if they did it right, and then they did have a Bigfoot, they would have all the answers. You know what I mean? And they did this study and they did the paper like they really found a Bigfoot. And the problem is, even if they did find a Bigfoot and they did have the DNA, they fucked it all up because the scientific method they use is just out of control.
Yeah.
They don't have any. They sent all these hairs or whatever scat samples, shit samples, and hair samples, and whatever, and they send them out to a lab to be checked for DNA. Well, they don't only send it out to one lab. You know what I mean? So when you do something like that, you got to send it out to multiple labs. You got to be able to verify, your results. Anything that's natural is repeatable. That's the basic principle of the scientific method. Anything that's natural is repeatable.
Yep.
And so you send it out to 3 labs, all labs come back and say, yeah, we don't know what it is. Now you have something.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't do that. They just sent it out to one lab and they're like, yeah, it came back inconclusive. And the way they do the DNA research on these things, or any kind of DNA research, depending on which kind of they're looking at, like mitochondria or whatever, they have to have like a binder or like a primer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And typically when you're trying to find, like if you're trying to do DNA on a human, you use like a human binder or a primer. And if you're trying to do it on like a canine, you would do a canine binder, and if you have something that's not known, they make binders of like a bunch of different things, so nothing really stands out. Yeah. So the only thing that'll stand out is what you're testing.
That's what you're saying.
But they used a human primer, so there's always going to be human. You know what I mean? It's always going to show as some sort of human.
Yeah. So, like a hybrid, pretty much. It's
like a hybrid, or it's just going to skew the results to where you don't have anything to say, yeah, look what we found.
Yeah.
It's not provable.
So how long ago did they do that? Were they sent out? Was it a long time ago?
It wasn't too long. I forget the dates that they did it, but it was pretty.
It wasn't like 50 years.
No. It was a pretty recent thing. But
50 years ago, they didn't have DNA testing. I don't think.
Yeah, well, they've been doing DNA tests for a little while. Let's see if I can find the actual paper. It's just interesting the way that they did it. There we go. That's not it. I can't.
Well, I'm looking at some of these pictures
of
Bigfoot sightings. I would have so rushed the motherfucker.
All I see is a video of you in the background getting butt raped by Bigfoot because you came up on it too fast.
That's his first instinct.
I could kill this guy, or
there's so many like pictures, like a lot of them are blurry, but there's some that are like really good.
I've seen a couple ones that are pretty convincing. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
they definitely don't look like anything that's recognizable. Whether or not it's a Bigfoot, I don't know, but they definitely don't look like something that you can look at and go, oh, it's a bear, or that's a deer, or that's, whatever.
That's so definitely true.
So it's interesting, to think about. And
Roger Patterson had like one of the best sightings of all time.
That's the guy that had at the river, right? The guy was walking to like a creek bank or something.
Yeah, it looks like he's like Bigfoot's on the rock, and there's like a piece of log.
Yeah.
Falling down.
Yeah,
I mean, that one looks like legit.
They have done more research on that picture than probably any other photo of Bigfoot, and they can really say whether or not it was, the picture was messed up, or if it was, a real picture, if it was a guy in a suit.
I'd say
You know
that's
what I mean?
really good suit, or really good Photoshop if that wasn't the picture. You know what I mean?
And the arms are a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Like the arms are right. Like everything just
That,
looks right. Like
that
if you look
looks
at it,
proportion wise,
right.
and that's pretty. I mean, huh?
That's what you got to have. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna go and talk about these things, you got to have some sort of
I
evidence.
mean, tranquilizer. Take it down. Follow it.
you
Don't get
should
raped by it.
you shoot it and do nothing but make it angry, and it just chases you through the woods and
Oh my god.
takes you back to its lair and makes you its sex slave for.
Folds my clothes perfectly.
At least he does laundry. Did he wash them first?
Oh my god. But there's some on this list that I'm looking at. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, it's such a bad picture.
Oh well, yeah. That's my problem with like aliens and stuff.
Yes.
Is that you have a picture or you have a video and it's like the guy has Parkinson's that's taking a video. The video shakes so much. I'm like, put it on a tripod, bro, or something. Like
That, and who is
not
that
helping.
shaky on camera? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can hold it pretty still, and like I don't know if the newer phones have like stabilizers in them, like
Right.
like for movement.
Yes.
Like I know GoPro does. So knowing that, or like they'll get like a quick view of it and then they'll go away really quick and then they'll go back and something happens.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oh no, I've seen too many of those videos like recently, actually. I'm like, this is the worst fucking editing I've ever seen in my life.
And that just, and you know, if Bigfoot's real, that just hurts your cause. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, like if he is real and you do have a picture of him, you got all these idiots out there putting all the fake stuff up and everything. Like you would think you wouldn't have to put all the fake stuff up. Somebody would have seen this thing legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless it was like Bigfoot and they just died out and no one's finding them. You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know.
But I mean, I could go with it because they could live in the woods and no one would ever know.
There's a lot of this country that hasn't been explored, man. There's a lot of deep woods that no one goes in. You know what I mean? Like they're always finding new stuff,
new species,
you know? Right?
Like just like the ocean, they're like every other day they're finding something new. It's like it's what it seems like on just organisms or whatever it is.
There's a picture taken on October 12th. The people hiking through Provo Canyon, and they started recording, and it looks like they thought they spotted a bear initially, and then the thing stood up and started running like away from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was in Utah.
Oh, I saw that. I see that picture. It's like he's behind the dead trees.
Yeah, he's like behind the bush or whatever.
And like, was it a video or a picture?
Well, this is a picture, but I guess they were filming something.
And imagine if we caught one, they'd probably try to put it in a zoo. I mean, they probably would. It's just what we do as people.
Oh yeah, they need to kill it or put it in a zoo and charge a bunch of money to come see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, if Bigfoot's real, they are the apex predator. You know what I mean? Like, they are the great white on land. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna fight it. You know what I mean? Like,
wait a second. Put a machine gun in their hand.
All right. I like where you're going with this. I think we have a new movie coming out.
Is that an American flag bandana?
Is that a Confederate?
Where'd you get aviators?
Is that a Confederate flag on his shirt?
Yep.
What's he doing?
Is that a tattoo under the hair? Shaves his arm just to get a tattoo.
But some of the feet prints I don't know.
The one in Mississippi that's captured by Josh Highcliffe. That one totally looks like a bear. I don't know if you go on the internet and you look up capture video in Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's a bear, dude. It's a bear standing for sure. It has like, you can even see
Josh. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Actually, yeah, you're right.
You can see like there.
It's like his shoulders slouch great. Like there is no defined shoulder.
Exactly, and if you
they just kind of go straight up to the neck.
Yep, and if you look like right at the head, there's that leaf, 3 leaves.
Yes,
like a point where his ear would be on the right hand side for a bear.
Yeah, you're right. I see it. That's totally a bear.
That's a bear, dude.
That's 100% a bear.
Yeah. And
That is
actually,
100%
I
a
can
bear.
drag this over just so people can see in our YouTube on what we're looking at. That's totally a bear right
That is a
there.
bear. 100%.
Yeah, and that one is not even remotely close.
You can see the ear. Like the
Exactly.
ear is poking up on the head.
Yep.
While hunting on his property in 2013, captured video of a potential Bigfoot. Afraid to go back into the woods, he posted footage to YouTube asking help identifying the animal or for a prankster to come forward. That there's nothing to talk about. That's 100% a bear.
Hands down. It has like that stance of a bear where he kind of lean a little forward just to hold himself up.
This one looks like a bear. This is like two bears or something.
Which
I don't know
one?
if you're looking.
The other Provo Canyon?
Yes, the one
Well,
down
the
by
one,
blow up.
yeah, the one that looks like a tail.
That looks like a tail, right?
Yeah.
Like
So,
it's either like a panther or something.
or
It's
it's
totally a tail.
that's tail right there. That's hands down tail. That's not
It's like a big cat, but it's just I think maybe the proportions off from how far or close he is taking a picture.
yes. I see like the head of it where I can understand, and it kind of weird because of like if you look at the branch, it looks like a face inside of
It looks so wide. It looks very wide. It looks like I don't know. I can't. If you look at the base of the tail, you'll see 2 feet,
yeah,
and then
and you can't tell if it's looking at you or away from you.
yeah, huh?
But I think we just need to have like a live video of going in the woods out here looking for
I'm down.
swamp thing or whatever you guys call it, or whatever it is in Florida.
Yeah, what do they call
Swamp.
what the
Swamp.
hell?
It's like you said it earlier, and it was right. It's just that I've only ever heard it like twice for Florida. It's like
Dude, where the hell is this? They have them in Australia. They call them the Yowie.
the Yowie.
Yep, they have them in Asia. The skunk ape. That's what it is.
Skunk ape. Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay.
The
Yep.
skunk apes
I said swamp. It's skunk ape.
there's a thought there was another one in Florida too, but yeah, the skunk ape.
Well, there's also another creature in Florida. The
And they say whenever he's around, you smell like rotten eggs, basically, or like a skunk,
oh no shit.
which is
The one in Florida
yeah.
and probably marijuana.
I'm-
What is that?
I smell reefer and eggs, bro.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm hungry or
Yep. Exactly. Someone cooking breakfast?
somebody say eggs.
What is the other animal in Florida that people it's a chupacabra.
That's Mexico.
Is it? I heard it was
Yeah.
here too. Maybe I'm wrong. It's like
I'm pretty sure that's Mexico.
it's like an overly sized, like hairless.
It's
fucking
like a
dog.
yeah, it's like a cracked out dog. I'm pretty sure that's Mexico.
That's definitely Fort Myers.
I mean, that's that probably yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
Is that
Yep.
Is that Eastern Lee County?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
Way to alienate a whole group of people. Okay.
exactly.
It's true though.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past it.
So similar entities: skunk ape, yeti, Yeren. I've never heard of that. Almas. I've never heard of that. Yowie. I've heard of.
And these are all different sightings in different countries, I imagine.
Yeah, they just call them different things. Cryptid, Sasquatch.
Did anyone call it a Yeti, or is that its own race?
No, no, they haven't. They call it Yeti. That's like the snow. That's like Himalaya mountain type area.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. The Yeren is. I don't know where the hell that is. I don't know where that is.
All I know is we need to go find one.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm down.
Yes.
China, they have a bunch of sightings. Russia, they have a bunch of sightings. Russia's a lot of woods, though, and China's a lot of wood, so it would make sense.
Definitely Russia. There's so much out there that no one even goes to because it's so cold in those areas.
Yeah.
Complete wilderness.
Mm-hmm. The wild man of
Florida.
shit. Florida man.
Yep. Might as well be
we,
Bigfoot.
we should do it. We should do a podcast on Florida man.
Dude, I would love that because there's so many Florida man
There's
stories.
so many stories, and every time you hear a news story on the news or whatever, you hear Florida man, you're like, oh god damn it!
And it's always like not Florida saying it. It's always like Chicago,
Yes,
New
yes,
York, Texas.
yes.
Florida man, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
That makes total sense, actually.
Oh yeah,
Florida man. No, no, no. Please don't be.
no.
Please don't be Florida man. Please don't be Florida. So Florida man. God damn it.
Every time they take a picture of him, it's blurry.
Yeah.
We're just too far away.
The show Destination Truth did it's like a sci-fi show or whatever. They did a whole thing on the Yeti, and supposedly they have a Yeti head in like one of the vaults of there's like a
of this country or different.
No, it's in like China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did like a whole basically in the Himalayas where they did it. They talked to a bunch of Sherpa the Sherpa are the people that take like people that want to hike or go up.
Yeah. Like
go up the mountain.
Yep.
They carry all their shit and try not to let them get killed. They have all kinds of Sherpa stories about the Yeti, and supposedly they have Yeti teeth, and they have Yeti hair, and all kind of Yeti scalp. They have like a shrunken. But
they won't
Yeti
let
head.
anyone touch it or test it, probably.
They did send one out for a test that came back inconclusive.
Yeah.
So again, that's the problem with using like one lab. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And if that evidence or if that whatever they gave them got destroyed, which they probably bake it down to like a powder so they can see everything inside of it.
And that's the problem with the Kreider papers is that there's no chain of evidence on anything. You know what I mean? Like everything about the whole experiment was just reckless
done
and
poorly.
Yes, done poorly, and just complete recklessness. They didn't follow any kind of scientific, model or anything. They just kind of like put it together,
which sucks because everything else they do in the fucking world is,
and they have
multiple times.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Well, that's the argument people have with it. You know what I mean? They're trying to use this paper as look, we have proof. Yeah. Meanwhile, everybody else is like, well, wait a minute. Like, I got questions. This is why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, these probably weren't scientists doing it. They probably just sent everything out to a lab, so they probably maybe not have known better. But
and I want to know how they know it's how would they think it's Bigfoot's DNA instead of just like a wild raccoon that got bit?
I don't know if they had sightings or if it was they were just out looking and going, okay, well, we're just going to take every type of hair sample we can get. We know we have Bigfoot sightings in this area, so we're going to go take a bunch of scat samples and hair samples and anything that maybe they found some footprints or something. Yeah, and they're like, oh well, here's some hair with that footprint. Maybe it's related. And some of the hair that they tested in the documentary for the Yeti turned out to be like deer hair.
Okay, yeah, which is not surprising to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know if they're deer in the mountains, like the Himalayas. That seems pretty high up for deer, but I'm not a deer guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, all the way up there. I mean, you wouldn't think a deer would be at that far up.
But you talk to
like a goat,
maybe, yeah, something like that. But if you talk to like Bigfoot researchers, these guys are serious, dude. Like
they're on the hunt.
They believe. You know what I mean? And like, there's a guy called Bobo, and he's on the Finding Bigfoot series.
Yeah,
and the guy is a believer.
There's no talking about that one.
Oh no, he knows all of the sounds that they make. He can replicate all of them. He's got all the greatest stories. There was a story, not from Bobo, but it's a different story, of a guy that was up in the mountains. I don't know where, but he was in a cabin and he heard all kinds of noise and ruckus outside. So
Yeah.
he goes outside, doesn't really see anything. And all of a sudden, like rocks were being thrown at the cabin. They were bouncing off the cabin. Kind of Bigfooty, you know what I mean? Like that, the whole that's kind of what Bigfoot does.
Yeah.
So the next morning he gets up to leave, and there's a giant boulder behind the left rear tire of his car,
Like so
like
they
he,
couldn't get out.
like he couldn't get out, and it was like too big for a single person to put there probably.
Yeah.
So,
But a Bigfoot can just one hand it.
but a
Ah.
Bigfoot can just bowl it up under the car. So that was an interesting story, and he wasn't even looking for Bigfoot. He was just out there hanging out, for the weekend or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, I wish there was more pictures, more evidence to go along with all of what you're saying. And
I feel like I want to believe in Bigfoot. I feel like I'd be okay if there was Bigfoot. I want to believe in that.
oh, me too. Just don't molest our animals.
Just
You know what I mean?
now I just want to get a cow and put it in the backyard and see if we can butt
First
rape.
night, damn it, missed it.
God, how classic would that be?
Oh my god.
Why is the cow making all kinds of noise? I wonder if the cow likes it.
Probably not.
Does he know the difference?
I don't want to go any further. Oh my God.
Being a farmer and going out there and like, what's that noise? Shine a light on him. I wonder if so you shine a light on Bigfoot and he's banging his cow and like he sees the light. Does he like turn his head and look at you and
Does he go like this? Like you know what I mean?
Just give me 1 minute, bro. Just give me 1 minute.
Dude. Disgusting.
That's pretty disgusting, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I want to believe.
I'll definitely
I want to
more
go
on
on
the
the hunt.
believing side than not believing, but
I want to
just
go on the hunt.
these pictures need to get better quality. I mean, I'm gonna see a picture come out like next week, but it looks like it was taken from a Polaroid.
That's the problem. You
And it's
see,
like-
I saw some pictures from 2019. It's not that long ago, bro. It's not that long ago. But we had decent cameras back then.
It was black and white.
It was like a fucking Polaroid. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
Yep. And there's no way. It's like that's what makes me not believe those people like lost
Yes.
all credit. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's everyone has an iPhone or an Android these days.
yeah. What kind of camera do you
I
have?
got a BlackBerry. Hold on.
A BlackBerry would be better than that.
Yeah. Sorry, Nokia.
Nokia.
Comes up as an LED screen.
That's
Just see a silhouette.
You could play Snake on it, like
Yep.
that one.
There's like little mountains on it.
Yes,
There he was, that little dot, a little pixel.
I remember those phones. I think that was one of the first ones I had with like a Nokia like that.
It was mine. Yeah, Nokia, and then a Motorola.
I mean, my mom had one of the kind of the bigger brick thing, but it had the flip one. That was like the first phone that she ever got.
Was it a Verizon phone?
Shit, I don't remember.
Was it silver and black?
I don't think it was Verizon at the time. It was long. It was, when I was 95, maybe 94, something like that. It was like gray, and it looked like a triangle kind of in the back, and then you just flipped it down, and that's the.
I know what you're talking about.
I thought it was the coolest phone because obviously I never had a cell phone before.
I think I know it. The top always covered the numbers, probably.
Yes.
The bottom
Yeah. But you can still see the screen or whatever. But the flip thing covered the.
Yep.
I think it was about $9 a minute, and they
Oh,
didn't have any unlimited.
calling you on a mountain on my phone.
And it's only cost me $900.
That's a bet. You owe me $2.
All right, I gotta go. This is getting real expensive.
Yep, exactly. God. Or you call after 7.
Yeah.
Or
Oh
9
yeah.
o'clock.
You got 7. It was
Or
like
it's
7
9 o'clock, I think.
9 weekends free or whatever. Yeah.
You always knew at like 8:59. Like, all right,
Yep.
about to make that call.
All right, here we go. We're about.
Yep.
Hope no one's dying because I ain't calling for
I am
one more
star-
minute.
I am star 67 in this one. You know what I mean?
Then you talk all weekend. It went to like Sunday at 8 o'clock or something. Or
How do you use 800 minutes in 1 week? That's what it was.
What did you do?
Oh man,
That was so funny. Oh man, that's
the
crazy.
old phones, dude. Where we are at now with our iPhones.
Did you ever have the Nextel, the little
Oh
radio
yeah,
one?
the chirp.
Yep.
Oh yeah, those were like the biggest things to come out was the
Yes.
Nextels. I mean, I had the original. It was like the gray, the silverish gray,
Yeah.
and had the blue circle on the speaker on the outside.
It must have been 02, 03. I think I got my first Nextel. Me and my buddy John, we bought them.
And that's bullshit. Well, fucking, and you
And they
always
were
fuck up someone's day by saying
and they
something.
they were just the most, and obviously we were retarded, so we did the most inappropriate stuff on them.
Oh yeah, you had to.
I'd wait till I knew it was in a bank or something and get
Yep.
on. I mean, so we all learned that we had to turn our phones down before we walked in anywhere because
Oh yeah, you weren't safe anywhere you went.
one of our asshole friends are going to bust in and be like, say something completely inappropriate.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
get on there and start saying a bunch of racist stuff in the bank or something.
It was the same growing up with our friends. Same thing. We'd always fuck
Yep.
up someone like, oh fuck, in the store. It could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
No one was safe.
And it never gave you a warning. Like it never gave you an option to take the call or whatever. You know what I mean? It just blurted it out. Like
Yep. It's such a bad idea, but so
such
funny.
a bad idea.
Jeez. Good old Nextels, man.
So that's actually pretty bulletproof too.
Yeah. They had like that yellow and black one that was.
Yeah, they had a yellow and black one that was like the industrial one or whatever.
Yep. And you could fucking drop that fucker.
Yeah.
Now I look at my iPhone and there's a crack.
You know I can't even look at mine without fucking it up.
Yep. And it's They were
I can't get it wet. If it even sees water, it fucking freaks out and
oh yeah.
And I got to flip the newest technology, which is just a horrible idea.
Yes. That's why I won't go to Android. You know what I mean?
Could be worse. Could be an iPhone.
Yeah, it's all right.
I need my Android to work, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's all right. You're not ready to admit it.
First
step's admitting.
Nor will I ever, my friend.
First step's admitting.
Ever.
It's okay. It's all right.
Admitting. You can't even Bluetooth anything to your phone.
Excuse me, let me grab my my AirPods. You're lucky I can't find them.
They're from Wish. It's not gonna work anyway.
I don't have those ones anymore. That was a trial and error.
I paid $3.99 for them. You think they would work?
Exactly, and they still do. I just couldn't use it.
My phone's great till you drop it.
Yeah, you drop it 3 inches off the ground and shatter.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it doesn't shatter. It doesn't break. It's just the internals get like half of the screen because I got the flip phone. Yeah. Right. Like half of the screen will just be black. You know what I mean?
It's the worst.
And then you can still use it if you knew where the buttons were. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But
it's crazy. That never happened on an Apple.
Well, Apple wouldn't work long enough to do that anyway.
It's all right, bro. This one's great. But what are we going to talk about on our next podcast? Any ideas going on?
I'm sure we'll find a way to waste an hour.
Oh yeah. I do like talking about the Bigfoot conspiracies, you can call them. There's so many behind that in UFOs.
Probably do some more alien stuff,
dude, I really want to do another alien one.
We got Loki coming up again Wednesday. We'll do another show on Loki.
And then we could. Oh yeah, probably back it up with some aliens.
Loki's getting so good.
Yeah, one of my favorite shows right now. I mean,
I was just watching before you texted me. I was watching Avengers, the original Avengers.
Oh yeah,
I forgot how good that movie was, man. That movie was. I haven't seen good.
That one in. It seems like since it came out.
It came out in 2012. That was 10 years ago almost, man. Movie's so good, man.
I need to rewatch that just to fucking relive it because it's almost been that long, I think, since I've watched the original one.
Yeah. I've watched all the other ones multiple times. That's the only one that I think I've only watched maybe like twice. It's like maybe the third time I've been watching it, but
I still need to watch Civil War.
Civil War is good.
Yeah, I need to see that one because that will answer a couple questions or pretty much things that I'm missing right now.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of especially like the Winter Soldier stuff when you watch,
which references I didn't understand.
Yeah, you need to see Civil War. There's a lot of stories that come together in Civil War.
Yeah. And
You need
I
that
can
one.
see I need to see the Captain America movies.
Yeah, you need that one. Did you watch Ragnarok yet?
I'm just looking away because no, I haven't. Every time I watch it, I fall asleep through it.
God,
Every time I watch it,
it's my favorite Thor movie.
I liked it a lot. It's just I can't stay awake through the whole thing.
How can you not stay awake through Ragnarok?
I don't know why. It's a little boring.
Oh my God.
Not in a bad way. It's just I get like it's not.
There's a lot of funny stuff in it. It's like the funny side of Thor.
And I only make it like 20 minutes in every time. I pass out. No, it's a really good movie. They're not knocking it at all. It's just that I need to watch it like in the morning, not like when I'm getting ready for bed. Turn it on. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finish this. 10 minutes, I'm out. Yeah, so
Just stand up while you watch it the whole time, bro.
just like this the whole time. I ain't sitting until it's done.
I have to stand up. All of a sudden, in the background, I just hear you fell over.
9 minutes, 8 seconds.
We made it 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, man. I definitely need to fucking watch that movie. I know I'll like it a lot because I really like the beginning of it.
I'm gonna watch. I think I'm gonna watch Avengers in the theater room tonight.
You need to do that, and you need to watch yourself on Netflix the show called The Dark. Watch just a couple episodes of that show.
Did I see that on Netflix?
No, it's about time travel, and they go like really into depth with it. You need to see it.
Oh, that new movie on Paramount, dude! You have to watch that movie. It's
Infinite?
Infinite. It's so good.
Mark Wahlberg's in it, right?
Yeah, it's not time travel. What it is about reincarnation. Like,
okay,
people get reincarnated and they can see what's happened in their past lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's certain group of people
to fix their mistakes, or
no, you just use it, basically to your advantage. You know what I mean? Like, you can just use it to your advantage.
Okay.
But it comes on early. It comes on as you get older. You gradually start remembering things.
Okay.
But it's not like a memory. It's like, you just all of a sudden know how to do something that you have no reason to know how to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what you're saying.
This guy is like starts doing blacksmithing. Like, he doesn't know anything about blacksmithing. He just starts doing it and building swords and stuff.
Yeah.
But it turns out he was like an ancient sword maker, and he was one of the best in the world. So he just makes these crazy swords. But there's a group of people that can do it, and then there's a group of people that are trying to that can do it, and they don't want to do it anymore. They're tired of getting reincarnated.
Yeah,
because every time
reincarnated because they're dying.
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever you die, you get reincarnated.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like they just went back to a certain spot, but
no, they continue to live on. You know what I mean? It's just a constant. But the main bad guy.
Yeah.
The whole point of the reason why he's a bad guy is that he starts his memories in the womb. Like when.
Oh, okay.
So for 9 months, he has nothing but time to think about like all of his past lives and stuff. You know what I mean? And he's like, it's horrible, and that's the whole reason that he's trying to stop it.
No shit.
It's so good. It's really good. I was surprised how good it was.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Definitely.
It was no Army of the Dead, but it was pretty good.
Oh, thank God.
I hate you. That movie was so good.
It's probably one of the biggest letdowns.
It was one of the best. I can't wait till part 2 comes out, bro.
There won't be a part 2, trust me.
Oh, there's going to be a part 2.
There'll be so many signatures against that movie. Trust me, it's half the
population. There is a large group of people that are trying to they just like it, and it's a great movie.
No.
Bro, there's zombies. How can you not like a zombie movie?
I liked the idea, but there was too many things in that movie that just like there's no way.
That weren't real in a zombie movie. That's what bothered you.
No, the helicopter that goes straight down. There's no way he would have pulled it.
Come on, you watch Avengers where ships fall out of space, and that doesn't bother you a bit. But a helicopter having to pull up because it's going down, just
nope. It's too bad. I don't want to get in that one.
It's so good.
Zombie babies and whatever it is.
Oh my! See, this is why this is the problem that we have, bro.
This is the only movie we don't agree on.
You're right.
Movie we don't.
You're right. You're a little higher on Interstellar than I am, but
no.
You're way higher on Interstellar than I am. I liked it. It was a good movie. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I'm just saying.
See, there's people that didn't understand the movie. There's people that just absolutely love the movie. You know what I mean? There's only two. People that didn't understand, and people that just absolutely fucking love that movie.
There were people that understood and thought it was all right. It's good. I'm not gonna watch it again, but it was a good movie.
I've watched that movie probably 12, 15 times. I've watched it.
And I can't get you to watch Ragnarok.
I fall asleep. 10 minutes. I'm out. 10 minutes.
When you watch that movie, you're gonna be like, man, that's one of my favorite Avengers movies, or one of my favorite Marvel movies. It's so good.
A zombie.
there's a pregnant zombie in it for you.
Yep. No.
You'll love it. Thor's pregnant halfway to the show.
Can't do it. Can't do it. I will end up watching that movie though.
The one thing I don't know about, and you watched Army of the Dead. The one thing I don't know is that they never really said if she was pregnant before she got bitten, or if they were trying to make new zombies. You know what I mean? Like now they can mate and make new zombies.
The only thing is they don't explain it because of, was that guy her boyfriend before they were zombies?
Right. So, and I think he was. I think they do kind of explain that.
Because it's kind of like I Am Legend. You know what I mean? The
zombies a little bit,
are
yeah.
Like, they know who they are.
They're advanced. There's two groups of zombies. There's the normal zombie that we all know and love, and then there's these accelerated group of zombies that are learning. Yeah, they're like human. They're learning and evolving. It's a great movie. You got to watch it. If you haven't watched it yet, you got to watch it.
Save the time. Don't watch it.
It's going to be the greatest zombie movie ever.
I only think that they praised it to be such a good movie is because Dave Bautista was in it. That was it.
I don't think he's that popular. I mean, he's a popular movie star, but I don't think he's not carrying a movie.
Yeah. Kind of made it seem that way.
Well, he carried that movie, but the zombie did the other half. He carried half of it.
That's true.
And the movie
there was a lot of badass parts in that movie.
And the movie was so good, you can just, it carries it carries itself.
No. It was such a bad movie.
It's so good. I'm gonna watch it on the big screen tonight in the theater.
I'm gonna ask Netflix if they can take it off my list. So there's gonna be signatures, trust me.
You son of a bitch.
Yep. But so good. Let's say we call it for this podcast. We're going over an hour right now.
I can't even talk to you
that was a lot of Bigfoot, man.
That was a lot of Bigfoot.
And I think we need to just dive into it. And I'm gonna watch some more documentaries, and we're gonna talk about this because I need to find some better footage. Just better footage is all I'm asking for. Nothing, not someone captured them, and it's the worst picture I've ever seen in my life. But yeah. We'll leave it at that. I'm gonna there's some documentaries that I can watch on Amazon. So
I'm gonna get a Bigfoot guest on one night. We're gonna do another episode on Bigfoot, and we're gonna have a guest
that hunts them.
Somebody
that would be awesome. Actually, I would totally do that, and someone would so be down to talk about it. I guarantee it.
I gotta work on that. I'm gonna figure that out.
We'll find someone. Oh, we will. But appreciate everyone stopping by. This is the Nerd Informer, and please check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You guys have a great night.
Later.